Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video, for wanting to hear my story and things that I've been through, signs that I've noticed, just whatever I can share with you guys about the experience that I had gone through. I too was looking for answers in all different places, YouTube, Google, just anything. I was desperate for answers. I was sitting in your same position, and I want to be able to provide some type of answers for someone who may be researching narcissism because they don't know what's happening to them. Someone who may be in this situation trying to understand if they should get out. Somebody trying to understand if this person that they're with should change. Maybe you are a narcissist and something brought you here to want to understand yourself better. If you may be aware, I'm not sure, anything is possible. But I just wanted to welcome you guys to my channel, and also let you know you can like and subscribe. I'm doing this video just raw. I have no notes. I just wanted to go and jump in. I had notes before. I made little voice notes to upload to YouTube, but I'm not good at editing, so it's pretty hard for me to try to put a picture with it and whatnot and upload it. That's a different story. So I'm just making these videos. I will have content in the future where I am writing more specific things down and coming to you guys with specific videos on certain aspects that I went through and just general aspects from what I've learned. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. No way, shape, or form. I'm just a normal person who endured a relationship like this for far too long. And I just want to be able to share my story. I was silenced for a long time by just shame that I allowed myself to be in a relationship like this. I had to go on a long journey. It's almost been a year of separation coming in April. So I can say congratulations to myself for that. Pretty much I just want to be able to let you guys know what was happening. And I know a lot of videos that I watch on YouTube are kind of just, which I'm thankful for, because it shows you just signs of narcissists or type of narcissist there are. But it's kind of rare for me to find stories of people sharing in real life situations what they were going through with these people. What was a day-to-day situation. It's kind of just more like textbook narcissism. Here are reasons why, and they might say phrases like this. There are a lot of survivors that come on and speak, and I'm really thankful for those people, because a lot of you have helped me out. If any of you are watching this, any other YouTubers, I really appreciate the fact that you guys put yourself out there and allowed yourself to share your story, which is in turn the same thing that I would like to do. And I'm taking this opportunity to realize that I just might have gone through this experience for inner growth and to share with others, So, sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and start because I've done such an intro and kind of beating around the bush. But here I am. Like, subscribe. There's going to be more content. And it's something worth listening to. And I hope it reaches the people that it has to reach so that they can learn to move forward and try and heal from what they've been through. So I just want to start with the beginning, and that was the love bombing phase. I'm not going to get so much into deep timelines and things like that. I don't want this video to go on for an hour because I know I can speak and lose track of what's going on. So I'm really trying to kind of stick to one thing at a time. So I wanted to touch base on my experience with love bombing with the narcissistic partner that became my fiance. So at the beginning, everything seemed obviously great. My experience specifically was with a covert narcissist. I can't speak on others. I don't know. His sister seems to be a grandiose narcissist, but that's a whole different story. But for me, the beginning with a covert narcissist, I'll just go over things that I remember off the top of my head. So there were things like just writing poetry for me. When we met, acting like I was the next best thing besides like sliced bread. I was just everything to this person. I was a single mom when he met me. My daughter was around, she was over 1. She wasn't quite yet 1.5. But I had recently separated from her father 2 weeks prior to going to this party that my friends bought me a ticket to that I did not want to go to. They just wanted me to get out because I was going through a lot with my daughter's father. And I just was trying to, like, just break away from what was happening. I never went out. I always stayed in during that relationship. So I just kind of was so used to staying in and taking care of my daughter. Then my friends were like, no, let's go. Come on, this annual party. It's so fun. Let's go. So they got me a ticket to the party and I met the narcissist that I was with that night. I was trying to enforce boundaries because in my last relationship with my daughter's father, I did not have boundaries. I've also learned on this journey that because of how I was raised, I am a codependent person. I feel like I also identify as an empath. I care very, very deeply for others. And a lot of people can say that. Some people are confused and they're like, don't a lot of people have empathy? Well, mine is just like very deep. I always put myself in other people's shoes. I find I can compare it to a childlike love. Like my love for people is just blind. I don't believe that people can do wrong to me. I look at people like, I'm here for you 100%. I'm willing to like cut off my arm to give to you if you needed it. And I look at people innocently like they would do it for me, but that's not how the world works. And that was a huge wake-up call. So, but I digress. So in that relationship at the beginning, it was just like trips, dinners. One of the major things he did was pay a bill for me that I hadn't accumulated, amount of bills. One in particular, I mean, I was getting ready to kind of like, set myself straight and pay these bills. And he's like, no, I want you to have good credit. I want this and that so we can build our life together. So he goes and pays for my outstanding phone bill, which was about $700 that I was slowly making payments for. That I had no issue rebuilding my own credit. I never asked for this help. He went in to the rescue, brought me into this store. He paid that bill in one shot. He just said, no, I'm taking care of you. He went and got me prescription glasses on his benefits. Just the whole 9 yards, just wanting to take care of me, getting me gifts, all these things. I've never had somebody so attentive, wanting to message me all the time. I was living with my parents with my daughter at that time, after that relationship had ended, the prior relationship. So he'd want to drive to me all the time, which my brother said was a big kind of red flag to him because my brother stays on the road a lot. He works construction. And he's like, this guy, he moved, as we got to know each other in the beginning, he moved further out. So I'm in Toronto. He moved to Cambridge, Kitchener area, which is not close. If you know these regions and how long it takes to drive, especially in traffic, it's not close. So he was driving every single weekend to come and pick me up. And I think that was kind of like an isolation thing because I would see my friends. And I was enforcing those boundaries that I didn't have with my daughter's father, that if I'm going to see my friends and I have a plan, I'm not going to cancel my plan to be with that person. I feel like as a codependent person, I just want, and like people pleasing, it just goes hand in hand. I just wanted to always make sure, oh my gosh, I never held the value on myself. This person is so interesting. This person is so great. I'm going to just drop everything. And it was a learning process for me because I was trying to enforce boundaries I didn't have in my old relationship. I would say no. Like if I'm busy, I would say no, you need to ask me in advance because my weekends during the week, I was going to school. I was trying to better my life for myself and my daughter. And I was trying to work. I was trying to go to school. I was trying to maintain my life, and progress in my life. And this person being so eager to be around me, and that's why I chalked him up to be covert, is because at the beginning he came off very needy. He came off like a codependent person. He came off like somebody who needed to see me, needed my time, needed to be around me, message me constantly. But there were weird things that were happening, weird little things that in retrospect, I'm like, you know what? If I wasn't a codependent person, I would think that those were weird red flags, but I didn't. So after paying the bills, what else? Bringing me to meet his mom in New York City, driving to New York, taking me to Montreal. Just like I said, everything with the poetry and whatnot. I don't want to get too much into different things because I don't have anything written down. The love bombing was hard. It was really, really, really hard, and it knocked me right off my feet. I didn't want to say I love you really quickly. He was the one who said it a couple months in. And he's like, I've been thinking about this all week. I didn't know how to tell you, that I love you. And I was like, okay. I was kind of taken back by it, and I'm like, I'm not ready to tell you that I love you. So he scaled it down. He mirrored everything. He came off as an easygoing person who got along with everybody, who cared for his family. So I was like, wow. We'd go out on dates. He'd want to get little gifts for my daughter. He was so much into wanting to be a step parent. Oh, I can't wait till we all live together and we're a family. And I'm looking at this guy like, you can't wait to be a family. So it's like little things are coming off to me where he's being eager in my eyes, and me being a codependent person, I'm trying to put those boundaries on and look at it like, okay, well, he's coming off kind of like intense or eager, but I just chalked it up to, well, this person really cares for me here, never met someone like me before, and he sees I'm really loving and I'm really honest, and he's the only person I speak to. So we had that conversation where I said, is this a situation where I should put all my eggs in one basket? And he's like, of course, I have all my eggs in one basket. Why wouldn't you have all your eggs in one basket? This guy was still keeping ties with his ex, which he went to university with. So I was like, okay, I don't want to be the jealous type. I don't want to cut that. If you guys said your relationship didn't end badly, it just kind of, you outgrew it and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I didn't really see an issue, because the way that he explained their relationship to me was that, sorry if my lighting just got kind of weird. I guess it's just like where the sun is right now, or I'm not sure. I'm going to try and fix it. But yeah, I just saw the relationship from what I understood in that car when we had that conversation that day. He said to me, which my memory, this person did a number on my memory, which I'm not right 100% of the time, obviously. And I understand that. And I understand that my memory could be bad. I could be mistaken. But there's certain things, there's your memory, and then there's just who you are as a person. And you know yourself, and you know the things that you would say and what you wouldn't say. You know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. So he told me that they would speak, and they would only check in with each other once every couple of months, because they wanted to know, like, if they got a job in their field. They went to university together, but they did not go to the same course. So they were in different courses, or they were studying different things. So he told me, they checked in with each other. He grew to know her family and friends, so he just would check in with her. She would check in with him. I'm like, okay, cool. It's an innocent relationship, like they just check in to see about jobs and whatnot. Well, I was mistaken when I ended up finding out through seeing his old phone that he had when he met me. Something told me. I'm not somebody who goes and checks phones. I'm not somebody who's compelled to go and just check phones and just not believe what somebody's saying. Something made me check the phone. And at this point, I was already pregnant with my son. So, and for the sake of the timeline, I don't want to go all over the place, but to be completely honest, I think my brain shut out a lot of details. There's a lot of things day by day that are starting to come back to me, because I think that my brain wanted to just shut down this whole relationship, because it was so damaged that it just wanted to, it's like a traumatic experience. So it just wants to delete what had happened. So bear with me as I try. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're kind of all over the place. I'm trying. So I'm just tying in, how this person twisted my words and gaslit me when it came to his ex. So I remember seeing this phone and something compelled me to look in this old phone, which I know, people's privacy and stuff, And I just found out I was pregnant with my son, or with our son. I go and look in this old phone and I end up seeing text messages of him saying on his way, there were times he came from New York with his siblings and I was not there. It's around 5 a.m. when he's sending texts to his ex, and his ex lives close to where he used to live, which is where his parents currently live. So he would message her, oh, are you up? And apparently they were talking all the time. He's telling her, oh, he had a dream that something about her outside and he hosed her down and he's seen her naked, or he's thinking about her, or when she's going to go take a shower, or telling her he's watching porn. And I'm like, whoa, this is not about school and whatever the heck you were talking about. This is not about that. So obviously now I'm in panic mode because I just found out that I was pregnant. Okay. So now, because of what I went through with my daughter's father, I'm in full panic mode. Like, oh my gosh. I also suffer from anxiety really bad since I've been a kid. So now my brain is like, this is gone. This person's talking to their ex. It's inappropriate. He's trying to link up with her. She's talking about him meeting up with her. Obviously, I have no issue with homegirl because she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know about me at all. So there would be times he's texting her and I'm there. He's with me. Okay? I guess he's going in the shower or whatever like that. Or he's on his way to meet me. Say, I realized the text was on a Friday. And she's asking him what he's doing. And he's driving to come pick me up. And he's not telling her. She doesn't know. So I also asked him, why didn't you say anything about me? If this is supposed to be like your friend now. Oh, this ex worked out more to be like a friend. Me and her just had a relationship. And we realized we're better off being friends. If she's your friend, why doesn't she know about me? You're having a whole baby with me, a whole child. And she doesn't know about me. When she asks you what you're up to, you never speak about me. And I'm like, this kind of seems really weird. He looks at me and says, why are you getting upset? You were the one who was comfortable with our relationship at the beginning. Now you're putting your what do you say? Your insecurities on me. He tried to make me seem like I was projecting something onto him. And I know myself. I know I would feel uncomfortable with somebody having that type of conversation with their ex about talking about them naked, thinking about them going into the shower, having dreams about hosing them down, talking about porn with them. That would make a lot of people uncomfortable. I would never agree to a dynamic like that. If you and her are friends, she should know about me. If you guys are on this friend level, it should be innocent. There should be no reason to hide me and your unborn child, as well as your stepchild. You have a whole family going on over here. We're getting ready. We're talking about moving in together. And you're talking about meeting this girl at 5 a.m. and stuff. So I was like, okay, I kind of didn't want to talk to him. He kept pushing to speak to me and things like that. And I was like, wow, like, I need to see how this person is. I'm starting to see her send him snaps. I'm starting to see her call when I'm around and he's not answering. And I'm like, why aren't you answering the phone? Why aren't you answering? This guy would turn around. It's your insecurity. Look at you. I can't even speak to my ex as a friend anymore. Look at you, how you're behaving. Like, I didn't know you were so insecure. You completely told me you had no issue with this relationship, but look at how you're acting now. What? That's not even my character to say I'm okay with you talking about those kind of subjects. Why would I ever say I'm okay with that? So for me, there was so much gaslighting. It was insane. And their whole family dynamic, the dad was a habitual liar. I would see him lie and he came off to everybody like he was just like your friendly neighbor. He was the greatest guy. Like, his mom came off like she was so caring. I believe the stepmom was an extreme narcissist, or just somebody just dead. Like, she had very dead eyes. She would like smile. I don't even know if I can do it. Like, she would smile, but her eyes wouldn't be engaged. Like, just like and dead. Like, I don't even know if I'm doing it because the whole family, that's a whole different story, you know, but just subtle things, because these people can't come in 100% full throttle and try and do the crazy making stuff. That's not going to work. You need to, just like enemies, or people saying, oh, keep your enemies close. This person already knew he wanted to destroy me. He knew that I was weakened from my last relationship. He knew that I was a single mom. So it's like he's trying to come in like he cares about my daughter and stuff. That's a sick person. You come in like you care about my child, like you have her and my best interests at heart. And he knew I was very protective over my daughter. I didn't want any random people meeting me. No man has met my daughter. He knew he had to get me in a position where he's showing me he's coming with the love. And if I was in a healthy mind state and I knew these things about myself, it'd be easy, for me to identify that there was something wrong with how this person was coming at me so hard, but I didn't know. And that, my friends, is the love bombing phase. That's the love bombing phase. It's like a train hit you with love. It's like the best train wreck you'll ever be in. It comes so hard and so quickly, and they know how to use it to get you in a perfect position. And it's like they're just sprinkling the gaslighting on you. They're just sprinkling projection on you. They're just sprinkling all these little triangulation, all these little things about, oh, well, you know, other people think that you're crazy, or everybody thinks that you're this way, or just little things like causing arguments or having... If I could begin to tell the stories about this person, it would be insane. So I need to make another part. Let me know what you guys want to know about this relationship. Oh my gosh, I have so many stories about this person. Literally, their phone going off and looking at me, and the crazy narcissistic eyes. He would do this ventriloquist dummy like thing where he's just looking around everywhere. And I'm like, what's wrong with this person? Like, the just sheer detachment from my pregnancy, and not ever calling our child, my son, my baby, when he knew the gender. Like, just a thief of joy. Like, just a general thief of joy, of an energy vampire. Just, like I said, I don't want to go everywhere. There's so much. I'm so eager to tell you guys. There's so much. I want to know, just like, subscribe, comment below whatever issues you went through with your person. I'm really encouraging people who went through these things. I want to know. People who've been married to narcissists for 20 years. I want to know your experience. People who've been with them for a couple months and maybe realized there was something wrong. I want to know. People who have been co-parenting with them, as I'm co-parenting with my ex-narcissist right now. I just want to know everyone's experience. I want more people to come forward, because now these people are starting to be exposed for who they are, and it's about time. And a lot of us sit in silence because we're confused. A lot of us sit in silence because we felt ashamed. A lot of us sit in silence because we don't know. You're in a whirlwind where you feel crazy. They get their end goal with a lot of us, where the crazy making actually said, I thought at one time maybe there's something wrong with me. I went to therapy. I went to church. Okay? I started praying. I wasn't the most spiritual person before. I've always believed in God, and I would pray. But I'm really thinking there's something wrong with me. Like, I'm damaged. This person would tell me, it's all in your head. It's anxiety. There's something wrong with you. You need to work out your things. It's not me. It's you. It's so many damaging things have been said to me, have been done to me. You know, I just want to be able to bring that forward to you guys. I just want to be able to be completely open with you guys. I just want to be able to have some relation with other people, because it's so hard telling my friends and my family what seemed to be a perfect man that I walked away from. My friends and family were so confused. Like, people are looking at me like, and because he was a covert narcissist, he would be kissing everyone's butt. He tried to form alliances with my people against me. My brother, my sister, my best friends, my family, to my own parents, to turn against me. This person was so sick beyond measure, so sick. I can't even dive into it without taking so much time to get into a real lengthy video. Then I need to go in stories of what this person has truly done. Okay? I know you're confused. I know you're hurt, and I know you're upset, and I know that you're trying to figure this whole whirlwind shit show, pardon my language, out. It's like being in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And at the end, or like Jigsaw, I would tell my family and friends, it's like a movie, like a suspense thriller, like where everything's starting to kind of like come into place at the end. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that they were the killer, or they were in on it. Or I'm piecing together my life. Like when you sit down and you realize you love somebody unconditionally and you were part of a scheme, your whole being starts to unravel. You start to look back at everything in retrospect and you're like, oh my God, I was part of a grand scheme. This person was using me and manipulating me, and everything was set up to make me look crazy. And I fed into everything that they did. And when I started to figure him out, I'll tell you guys, because I did confront him when we were still living together, and I told him that he was a narcissist, which I realized maybe I shouldn't have done because we were still living together and I was already walking on eggshells. But that will be a video that I did end up confronting him and saying, I know that you're a narcissist and you're not going to use this on me anymore. And that's when he started to show rage. The mask it didn't even slip. It was completely ripped off. And I looked at him, and that's when I realized this person who wouldn't make eye contact, who would stonewall me, who would walk away from me, that's where it hit him that one day. He would completely ignore me when I was crying or having a breakdown. But one day when I looked at him and I said, you know what, I actually feel sorry for you. And I said it in a calm voice. And I said, because I know that you're sick. And I know that once I leave and I take my kids and we're experiencing the love and the joy that we deserve, and not from him or any man or whoever, just from being with our family, being me giving that love and joy to my kids as well as them giving it to me, us experiencing, having a soul, having empathy. And I said, when we move past this and our lives are continuously filled with love and laughter and joy and just true meaning, you'll never feel that. And I truly feel sorry for you. And that's when this person jumped off the couch and flipped out on me. A man, calm, collected, covert narcissist who is just people pleasing and everybody loves, and he's so polite and so well mannered and just cares about the world. And coming from somebody who told me once in the car, people don't do good deeds for anyone else. Don't ever make people fool you. Everything that people do is for themselves. If they give to charity, they do it for themselves. No one truly does. This is a direct quote from this person. Nobody truly does a good deed without getting something from it. We don't do things, even if you get a good feeling, that's for you, it's not for others. Who thinks like that? When I help an elderly person or I help just any random person, I'm helping that person. It does nothing but make me feel good that I helped somebody. Yes, it does make you feel good that you helped somebody, but I'm not like, oh, look at me, I'm just the greatest person. Oh, an audience is watching me. Like, this is not a role for me. This is just me helping an elderly person with a bag. I hold doors open for people. This is just who I am. I just like to help people. I don't feel like, you know what? Sometimes people don't even say thank you. And I don't need to internalize that. That's on you. That's not going to change my character. But I digress. There's a lot. So please like and subscribe. There's a lot. That's all I can say. I didn't want this video to go to more than half an hour. I just want you guys to know. And I'm so eager to put out what I gotta say. So please bear with me. I don't want thumbs down because you guys are like, oh my God, this girl's everywhere. You know, she's talking about this, she's talking about that. She was talking about when she was pregnant. I'm just trying to get it across. And my brain is actually deleting these memories. So I write stuff down. I leave voice notes for myself. I'm really trying to get whatever I can get. And you guys, please ask me questions, comment like below, and I will share whatever I can with you guys. I love you guys. I love just being able to share what I went through with you. My pain was not in vain. It is for growth. I hope that you guys are going through whatever you're going through and you come out on the other side. I hope that you're learning from this, and I'm going to be coming with more content. Please like and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will definitely be providing more for you guys. Thank you. Have an awesome day.